Shalom, shalom, shalom. Arya Ben Nasik back again. This is our biblical burst segment of our weekly program, Hear, O Yisrael. Glad you have decided to join us. We hope that this is going to be most edifying and enlightening to you for the glory of Elohim. What are we going to be bursting today? We're going to be bursting today your mouth. What's in your mouth, right? It's not what goes in a man's mouth that defiles a man, all right, but what comes out of a man's mouth that defiles a man. So what is in your mouth? We need to put this again in context. There's a theological term that we have where one begins to interpret and dogmatize doctrine outside of cultural affiliations and the biblical guidelines, okay? And we call that eisegesis, being eisegetical. And much of the Christian genre, if you will, is extremely eisegetical. Everything is outside of the culture. Everything is outside of the biblical outline. Everything is outside of context. And so the objective is to bring it in, is to pull it in context. So let's see if we can pull this thing in context. I had a conversation with a gentleman last week, and the gentleman said, well, you know, we don't observe the dietary code because Jesus said that it's not what goes in a man's mouth that defiles a man. It is what comes out of the man's mouth that defiles a man. Well, let's see. Let's go over to the book of, I think I have this written down as Matthew. Let's go over to Matthew chapter 15. Matthew chapter 15, and let's see. I'm going to pick it up at verse 1. Pay very close attention. Matthew 15, verse 1. Then came to Yeshua scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do your disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. What does that mean? It means that the days of antiquity, we have a bowl, okay? And in fact, we had several bowls, and we had various foods, if you will, in these bowls. I had rice over in this bowl. I had some curry chicken over in this bowl. I had some curry goat over in that bowl. I had me some plantains over in this bowl. And I had me some, let's say, I had some jerk ram over here in this bowl, okay? All right. And so this is how we ate, right? Shalom, brother. How you doing? Everything going okay with you, right? So I was just thinking that maybe we need to begin our evangel over on West Boulevard, because I think that these people need salvation too, right? So here you have the Pharisees that's coming to Yeshua and says, hey, ho, time out. You guys are not washing your hands, right? The days of antiquity, this is how we washed our hands. Pull up your sleeves, right? Here, okay? Right? Stick your hand in water, wash from your elbows all the way down to your fingertips. Elbows down to the fingertips, right? That's what you call clean hands, right? Now watch this. Yeshua answered and said unto them, why do you also transgress the commandment of Elohim by your tradition? And I love Yeshua because Yeshua taught us that we need to be, biblical fundamentalists. In other words, we need to establish our doctrine upon the fundamental teachings of Elohim's word, not traditions, interpretations, personal thoughts, agendas in order to try to pacify, placate the pastor and the patrons of the church, etc. But show your relationship, your love, and your obedience to the Most High by adhering to His word. Right? Let's contextualize this. For Elohim commanded, saying, honor thy father and mother, and he that curseth a father or mother, let him die the death. But you say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift. And the gift in Hebrew is korban. And so here Yeshua is saying that the commandment is that you're to honor your mother and father. And what are you doing? What you're saying is that if a person comes up to you and says, you know what, I can't give my mother, my father any money. I cannot assist them in their civil and social stability because all of my funds are tied up. I have dedicated it to the temple. It is korban. Therefore, excusing yourself from the commandment which states, honor thy mother and father, right? So Yeshua says, 6, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have you made the commandment of Elohim of none effect by your tradition. You hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, this people draws near to me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines, the commandments of men. Watch this. It is a commandment to honor your mother and father regardless of their social disposition, right? And your social disposition. If you have monies, if you have resources in order to provide for them, then that is the commandment. That is what you do. But here we have a non-commandment, according to the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible, to wash your hands. And Yeshua is saying, if you will, it's not unto condemnation that a person's hands should be washed. But it is unto condemnation if you do not honor your mother and your father. You little hypocrite. Watch this. 10. And he called the multitude and said unto them, hear and understand, not that which goes into the mouth. What was going in the mouth that the Pharisees were concerned about? Unwashed hands. Had nothing to do with food. Nothing to do with food. He says here, not that which goes into the mouth that defiles a man, but that which comes out of the mouth that defiles a man. Then came his disciples and said unto him, knowest you that the Pharisees were offended after they heard the saying? But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father has not planted shall be rooted up. Leave them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind, and the blind lead the blind. Both shall fall into the ditch. Then answered the Kepha and said unto him, declare unto us this parable. And Yeshua said, are you also yet without understanding? Do not you yet understand that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goes into the belly and is cast into the drought, right? Passes through. But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man. For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, blasphemies. These are the things which defile a man. But to eat with unwashed hands defiles not a man. Brother Hoshai, he didn't say anything about food. That concludes our biblical verse. May Yah bless you. Feel free to give us a call at 704-553-7625. My name is Arya Ben Asik. You can also visit our website at www.nccischarlotte.com. Shalom.